Ooh! Ooh! I feel like the cheese sauce is where it could all go wrong. I don't have a lasagna dish. Hello, I'm Emma, I'm the incompetent vegetarian, and I don't know what I'm doing. Today, I'm going to make a lasagna. I've never actually cooked lasagna before. The closest I've ever got to cooking lasagna is standing in the kitchen with someone else who was cooking a lasagna. I said I would have helped them make the lasagna if they wanted me to. They suggested that if I want to know why they didn't want me to help, I should go and watch my own cooking videos. I'm going to try making the lasagna, and I'm using a recipe off BBC Good Food, which I'll drop in the description below. So let me show you the ingredients that I'm using today. Red or yellow peppers. I've got an orange one. Courgette, a sweet potato, extra virgin olive oil, an onion, dried chili flakes, garlic cloves. The recipe says 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, but this is what I had in my cupboard. 1 tin of chopped tomatoes and some passata? It's another word I don't know how to say. Mixed herbs, a vegetable stock cube, some spinach, lasagna sheets, salt and pepper, plain flour, butter, milk, mature cheddar cheese, and when I get to the cheese, I'm going to see if I can find an excuse to use more of my Italian-style hard cheese that I put in the green burgers last week. On with the lasagna! Put the peppers, courgette and sweet potato onto a baking tray and roast for 30 minutes. Start with the courgette, that seems simple enough. Oh, if you're an American, I think you call this zucchini. My pepper seems to have gone a little soft, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. Getting seeds everywhere. Pepper, pepper. Peeling a sweet potato. I'm not very good at this. This is harder to peel than a normal potato. Whoops, I need it in chunks. My knife isn't very good at cutting this sweet potato. I've done it. Here's the sweet potato. My hand's really sore now. Here we go, it's looking very orange. And roast for 30 minutes. While the vegetables are roasting, heat the remaining oil, I think I was supposed to measure the oil, in a large saucepan and fry the onions for 5 minutes. This is my large saucepan. Oh, I've just tried to chop an onion with a vegetable peeler, got the knife. Onions, adding the garlics in. Adding the garlic in, and the chilies. Ooh. Stir in the tomatoes. That splashed me a bit. Add the Italian seasoning. I've just got mixed herbs. I'm not quite sure how to go about crumbling a stock cube. Oh, okay. It's not as hard as I thought. Oh, maybe it is. It's sort of turning into like a dough ball in my fingers. Ah! I have to say it all smells very nice in my kitchen right now. 200 ml of water. Meanwhile, I'm going to make the cheese sauce. Flour, the butter, ooh, and the milk. Ooh! I've just knocked the pan off the weighing scale. 1.25 pints. Apparently, I'm going to need to whisk this constantly with a large metal whisk. I don't have a metal whisk or a whisk at all, so I'm going to just try stirring constantly. Not a fork. It says until sauce is thickened, and it doesn't really give an indication of how long that will be. I feel like the cheese sauce is where it could all go wrong. The sauce isn't really thickening. Here's the vegetables. I haven't been whisking. I haven't been whisking the cheese sauce the whole time. Actually, I think it is starting to get a bit thicker. I can't remember how thick it was to begin with. Stir in roughly 2/3 of the cheese. I'm not really sure how much is 2/3. I'm going to put the cheese sauce aside because I'm scared if I leave it on the heat something will happen to it. So I'll get the tomatoes back over here. I'm adding the vegetables to the tomato pan, preferably without burning myself. Stir in the spinach. This is what the tomato one looks like at the moment. And this is currently the state of the cheese sauce. I don't have a lasagna dish, and I'm going to improvise with this, which I'm starting to feel is a bit small. I might also do some in this, so I'm going to spoon some of this into this, maybe. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I've got loads, so I'm going to do some into here as well. Then I'm going to cover it with some lasagna sheets. But they're exactly the right, look, they're exactly the right size for my other container. I'll just have to do this one in pieces. Lasagna's flying everywhere. Just under half of the cheese sauce is dripping everywhere. It says very gently top with the remaining vegetable mixture. Oops. A final layer of lasagna. I'm not sure there's going to be space for anything else after this. This one's like a proper lasagna. This one's just random shards of pasta. And the rest of the cheese sauce. Sprinkle the reserved cheese over the top. I feel like this is the opportunity for me to add my Italian style hard cheese, and I'm going to put some of that in the topping as well. Adding the Italian style hard cheese. Bake for 35 to 40 minutes. The lasagna's baking, and I'll be back in 35 to 40 minutes. It's been about 35 minutes, and I'm going to see if the lasagna's done. I'm going to just say the pans were a bit too full and have overflowed a lot of cheese into my oven that I'm going to have to clean later, but it does otherwise look good. Okay, there's one. This one didn't overflow, that one overflowed a lot. As you can see, the lasagna is still bubbling, it's that hot. This is the one that kind of caused a bit of an explosion. Cut myself a piece of lasagna. I have no idea how to serve this up, like how to get it out of there. Maybe a spoon? There's my little piece of lasagna. I'm going to try and see if it's any good and try not to completely burn the roof of my mouth off because this is very hot cheese. This made a very good lasagna. It's as good as any lasagna that I have ever got in a pub or any other place because I've never made lasagna before, so my lasagna eating experience has mostly been pub lasagna. I'm going to rate it 8 out of 10. I'm going to rate my lasagna cooking ability 5.5 to 6 out of 10. I lost points because I didn't have an appropriate lasagna baking dish. I think I lost further points because it exploded all over the oven with the cheese, so maybe my lasagna making ability is 4 out of 10. That's it for today. I'm going to go enjoy my lasagna dinner. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any recipes or ideas of things you'd like to see me cook, please let me know and I'll possibly have a go. See you next week. Goodbye.